We live. Now we live. Who would have known? Who would have known that this right here is what would actually bring it together and make it happen? Just two dope ass intellectual people decided to just jump out here on this internet, on this whole YouTube situation, and just two dope ass, and make something happen. Who would have known? But anyway, now here we go. We're here. So how y'all doing out there and on this internet? How y'all doing? If y'all don't know me, if y'all don't see it, my name is K Tech to be more precise. And this right here is my co-host.
The atheist in the foxhole. No, it says uh, soulless soul, whatever you want. I'm saying the most religious nigga that don't go to church. You know what I'm saying? Peace.
Cool. All right. So, if y'all don't know, we have a very interesting take and views on many of things. But like this right here is the first episode that we actually going live on. So we're gonna bring y'all into the topic. Now, this is the topic. We're not even gonna get into to how the topic came about, but this is the topic. So the question is this: when you're in a relationship, whose views and standards do you go by? The one who has the most time in relationships, or the person that has the shorter amount of time in relationships? Or do you go by society's views and standards for relationships? So whose standards do you go by? I'm gonna kick it right over to you because you already know how I'm coming with it. I'm coming hot with it. Coming hot with it. As soon as you're done, I'm coming hot with it.
Man. So yeah, I mean, obviously, right? You would want to. I mean, you do learn a lot from being in long relationships, right? But uh I would say I wouldn't say you necessarily, you know what I mean? I wouldn't say you necessarily go with, if you're gonna go with, if I have to pick one from that group, it would have to be the individual who had the most experience with relationships, because of course, like they're gonna at least know what they want, you know what I'm saying, in a relationship.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Man, not necessarily meaning that will work out, but they will at least know what they want better because they've been through they know what they gotta have. Like, but other than that, yeah, that's my answer, man. But I really think that experiences, man, like your experiences would be what you would want to go off of. So that's why I picked that one. Like,
Right. I dig that. I can dig that. I can dig that. I get that one. But now, all right. See, so now for me, my my view on it would be, uh, you will go off the person with the shorter amount of time in relationships, and the reason you will go off the person with the shorter amount of time in relationships is because they don't have so much of a not so much as preference, but it's like they're not so tainted from within past relationships. Whereas the person that had more time in relationships, okay, those relationships didn't work. So that means that technically they would have failed because if they were actually successful, you would still be there. Correct. And the reason you wouldn't go off society's views and standards is because we are in a sick society. People could try to fight that all they want, but the facts. We're in a sick society, and so it's like you can't use you can't use a sick person's philosophies mind to try to rationalize something that's supposed to be righteous. So, me personally, I would go off the person with the least amount of time in a relationship because they don't have, they're not comparing, they're not making comparisons to this is how
hey
this
yo, not right now.
was, all the way to this is how this relationship was, and this is how it's just, hey, you know what? This right here is like I'm not too good. This right here is not my I haven't had too many relationships, so I'm trying to make the best out of this. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna come together with this person, and you're gonna actually be like, hey, just in the moment. We're not trying to recreate anything. Hey, this right here is what I used to do this right here in my previous relationship. No, you're not doing it. Hey, it's just me and you. We're living in this moment right now. Let's make the best out of this moment that we're together. So that's why I say it will be the person with the least amount of time in a relationship.
Mm. No, I mean, shit, that's a good explanation as to why. I definitely understand that. You know what I mean? The person that was less tainted, you know what I mean, hasn't been through all these bad experiences.
Right.
Yeah, like yeah. I mean, from that perspective, you could go either way. From that standpoint, it's just going to depend on the individuals. Then I think, like, I mean, because I can see how it could go either way. I also could see how. Well, you know, we didn't pick society standards, but like that's funny though because like I think no matter what, like you kind of be conditioned to like society standards a little bit, regardless. Like whatever your whatever your culture, religious beliefs is, like you know what I mean.
Right.
You're gonna agree with this or that,
Yeah.
and then that will take an effect besides the experience, right, or the short term or the least amount of relation because now it's a whole nother dynamic inside of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because even if you're either shorter or longer, if you got like this religion or this culture, you know what I'm saying? It might not work out. Like, you know what I mean? Your views may vary too much where you can't accept that relationship type of thing. So I guess with that, like, you know what I mean? Your society, like whatever your society is, I know there's like an overall, what everyone thinks is right. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Look,
The standard, like, but I mean, what's the standard though? Like, whose
that's
standard? You know, well,
it,
we
look. That's my point right there. That's why I say, yo, don't worry about whatever anybody else got to say. Yo, this right what you supposed to be doing. Nah, hey, fuck all of that right there. If you with somebody, enjoy your time with that person. Like whoever else got something to say about it, okay, you just got something to say about it. You ain't got to be over here. Get out of my face. Period. No more, please, right? Because that's what the whole podcast is called. No more, please. We got to actually update that too. Um. Okay. So now we got that right there out the way. That right there was kind of quick. I mean, unless you got something else that you want to say about it, because I do got a question for you about something else now. But
oh,
we
yeah,
can
what's the
discuss it
question?
later.
Yeah, that's it.
How do you feel about this dude? What's his name? He running around here on Instagram on the internet. He out here on this internet. Uh,
On the internet street, on the YouTube, social media.
Pastor Poppy Don.
I never heard of him.
He the one out here talking. All right, matter of fact, all right. So he's out here saying, hey, y'all need to be giving these women money. Like, stop talking to her, just cash app her. How you feel about that?
Damn, man. You know, I can always see both sides of something.
Right. As you
So,
should.
like, I mean, if you're coming from a perspective of like I mean, like a too short situation where you know some people will rather just pay for sex because everybody know what they're getting. You know what I'm saying? And there ain't no emotions, ain't none of that shit if you ain't trying to go through that. And if you got the money to do it, it ain't tricking if you got it type of thing. But then you know,
Okay. I got
um,
you.
yeah, there's that perspective. I don't understand I don't know really what he was coming from with it. I mean, that sounds stupid just by itself. You know what I mean? it sounds weird by itself. Just like
Exactly. Yeah, and that's how I took it. I
cash
took it
out.
as I took it as that's weird. Like, why would you for what? What is your
What are you
purpose
talking
behind
about? My sister, my mom? Who you talking about? What
it?
women?
Now you talking about random women that you trying to
Just cash
hit.
out.
Yeah, like just cash app her. Y'all ain't even going to first
I mean,
date.
isn't that the same as like? I mean, I think I be when you go to McDonald's and you get a burger joint, that's like same thing, same thing.
Look, I wouldn't say this is thing. I mean, you call them cheap then.
Nah,
That's what you
nah,
call.
nah. I wouldn't call them. I wouldn't. I wouldn't call them that.
I
I
would
would
say.
call them easy to get along with.
All right. See, all right, man. My reason for saying cheap is because it's
I
like
mean,
you
yeah,
ever
she's
have
definitely
it's
she's
like
definitely worth that. She's definitely worth that. Yeah.
it's like nigga food. First off, food is food. It's like if you eat healthy food, you eat that's what you eat, and if you eat other stuff, that's what you eating. It's just but you know, it's like this though. For me at least, it's like I put a lot on health, right? So it's like I eat healthy. I want those people around me to also eat healthy. So that's
Mm.
why I'm looking. That's why my view is like that. It's like yo, damn. So that's cheap right there. And it's not so much as saying that McDonald's food is for cheap people. It's just saying that you're cheating. It's cheap. It's cheap for the body. It's not gonna sustain the body for the long run. You know, you are although you eat McDonald's for right now, we could all sit here and say, yo, McDonald's is not good for your body.
Yeah.
So there's the
Mm.
cheaper food instead of going
Yeah.
with the healthier food.
That's what she's worth. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Because if I'm not willing to spend like 100, 200 on a date, I
yeah,
mean that's what you work with.
yeah. I ain't
That's
even doing. I ain't even doing that one. Like, I mean, it's like I wouldn't even say do that right there because it's like when you going out on these dates, it's like if you feel as if you don't have some type of deeper connection to somebody, you first meet up with them. Like I said, it only take 2 seconds to know whether or not you fuck with somebody or not, whether or not you like somebody. So two
yeah,
seconds,
yeah, yeah.
it don't take no more than that. So it's
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. You broke that down to me. Yeah, that makes sense. Like that makes sense.
yeah, we'll break it down on here another day. But it's like it's like it's like you go out here and then we meeting these people and you get a number and then all of a sudden now you're gonna do this you're gonna go out and you're gonna spend all this money on this date that 9 times out of 10 you're forcing yourself into because first of all if y'all not even in alignment with each other if y'all not compatible then you already gonna know it once you're gonna know it already so you know a first date may be on my level a first date like some people might call it cheap but I'm like, yo, hey, let's go out in nature. Let's go here. Let's go to the park. Shit, let's go let's go to this damn, what is it around here? Let's go to like a salad bar. Like let's go get a salad or something. Let's go get something healthy. Let's go shit, we could do sushi because they do got vegan sushi too. So it's like we could do stuff like that that's actually gonna promote health within the body and not just constantly feeding the body death. So that's my route with it. So it's like a date does not have to cost a lot of money. You don't got to pay shit for a date. A date ain't nothing but just a date. Like you just mark down on the calendar. Yo, we're gonna meet up on
I ain't
this
gonna
date.
lie
That's
to you.
technically what a
That
date
type of
is.
date is worth a lot.
Exactly.
If I'm doing that, that's
But
that's beyond the 1-200 because that means I have to take a girl that I want to spend out there with in that beautiful scenery. So you got to be the type of mind that I would. Yo, I think we should do this. Like
exactly.
that's a different type. Like that's not like yeah.
That's
That's a monetary value too, though. Like that, I'm not
that's
taking the gold digger to nature. Like
first off, exactly. That's my point with the whole. There's a whole point about with being aligned. Like nigga, a gold digger not gonna want to go out in the nature. A gold digger gonna look at it like, yo, what? Nigga, you not spending no money. We not no what? Yo, this the best things. The best things in life is free. So what are you trying to buy? So it's just
yeah,
like
yeah,
I don't
hell
know.
yeah.
It's like people need to get things back into order within on some honesty. People not living in their right minds. But yeah, go ahead. All right, I'm done. Go ahead. You got it.
Yeah, nah, you got it, yo. But yeah, I'm just thinking like it's like random, like man, like okay, so like I don't know if I should say it. It's like a question, really, like um, that I don't even know what I was about to say, bro. It was basically I was thinking about like the type of girl that you would do that way, right? So like I feel like Damn, man. Like, I know what I feel like. There's a lot of. I think I told you before. Like, there's a lot of like fake. They're not gold diggers per se. Like, they're like agents of some sort. Like, this is just sound like a shot, right? Like a black women. Like, there's like a black women are like agents.
Go ahead.
Like, they're like they know. It's like they're so like smart too, right? It's like they know when like a paradigm shift, like, oh, there's a bunch of dudes like out here talking different, like, or yeah, it's always probably been like this too, like where we always were like a certain type of way. But it's like, you know, it goes back to like the conflict that we got with our own like type, our own race of women, like where, but I feel like they know what's going on, like they can feel the temperature and they be lying about, or I can't even call it lying, and maybe it's just a natural thing. They just know how to adapt to shit. And they kind of know what you want to hear too, just like you want to know, like you know what they want to hear type thing. And it's like they can play on that to the point where you don't even know if she's really that until later. Like you know how you say it take only 2 seconds, but someone could put up a false image of who they are because they got an image of who you are.
But you still know though. It's just you all. It's just you always be like, you know what? Nah, this not that person. Like they saying this, that, and the third. It's like, yo, they still dope, and just don't take somebody's dopeness away from them. It's like you can't take that away from anybody. But it's like, you know, we still try to make these people out to be what we also want for them to be. It's like, yeah, you talking like me, so you got to talk. You are still dope, but we not on the same level. We not exactly on the same level. But you said something, and I was just now thinking about this the other day, and you was like predator. I think you said predator, something like that. But anyway, but this right is what it is. It's just like, yo, men think that we be out here on the hunt, that we be looking for women, we be looking for girls, we be looking for these queens out here. But in actuality, they're actually the hunter. They're the hunters, really.
Okay, break that down. What you got?
They're actually the hunters. Like it's a hard. See, now look, you don't have this issue. You don't have this issue, and this is why you don't know this unless you were to actually step back out of your own shoes and look. You wouldn't notice this. But here you go, right here though. Women are the ones that are the hunters. Women are the ones that are actually looking. It's like we're supposedly looking, right? But it's like this. Who does all the choosing? Who chooses who?
Hey, no, I'm doing something, yo. No, not right now.
It's like who chooses who? Does the man choose the woman?
I'll give you $5.
Yo, chill, yo.
I give you $5.
No, not right now.
It's like, does the man choose the woman, or does the woman choose the man?
I think she chooses whether or not she wants to have sex with that man. I don't think she chooses that man as far as if they're going to be in a relationship. But that's up to the man at the end of the day.
Okay. That's cool. I like how you talking. But it's like this though. But stay with me. So if the woman says, no, I'm not giving up no box. I'm not giving up no, you get no sex from me. Was the man being the hunter, was he successful?
It just depends on why she's saying that though.
It don't matter. She's saying no. She's turning sex down. She's taking sex with him off the table.
Then she's not. Then that dude would have to get away from her fast as possible.
Okay. But listen now. So is the man still the hunter?
Yeah.
So did he fail as being a hunter now?
Yeah.
Okay. So now with a woman,
Mhm.
a woman goes out here.
Mhm.
A woman, a dude comes up talking. Dude comes up talking to her, and the woman is actually engaging, and she throwing out her signs, and the
Yeah.
dude continues to go in. The dude continues to bite, right?
Yeah.
So who's really who's really the hunter?
Yeah.
Who's really the prey?
I think that yeah, man. I mean, you make good points, man. Good points. Like, I think
We say okay, after sex, then it's the man that dictates the relationship. We say that. We okay, we can even say that right there is true. We can say that's true. But that still doesn't stop the fact that who's the hunter and who's the prey.
I think that whenever the woman's being like the hunter for real, like I don't think that
That doesn't mean she's
I
masculine
don't
or aggressive.
I don't think
Because a true female hunter is going to be feminine at all times. Because she knows that there is what draws in the men.
right. So what I would say is that choosing the guy is not the same as like she's choosing to be hunted.
Okay.
That's what I would say.
Okay. But then what about
Some prey don't want to be hunted by you. You know what I'm saying? Some do. And they bid in, look, hunt me, like chase me, like
so just because there's multiple, that right there makes it
because women naturally are not going to chase you. They're not
look.
going to chase you. It happens, but when it does happen that way, isolated situation. Now you got a woman. It's happened to me where I was in Walmart minding my goddamn, and and a chick walked up to me and I was buying video games, looking crazy, and motherfucker like walked up to me like, "Can I have your phone number?" And that shit don't happen. That shit don't happen like that. I ain't Drake. Like that shit don't be happening like that.
It happens,
Not
yeah.
when it's a cute girl, like it's cute booty, all that. And I'm like, I was taken aback because it's not natural. So instead of me just looking at her and be like, "Oh, cute, yeah. Here's my phone number," it was like, "Why?" The first thing out my mouth was, "Why?" Like, what do you mean? Like, where's the camera? Why? Like, that's how unnatural it was. Like, I'm supposed to do that to you. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was.
You ran down on me asking for my
It
number.
ran down on me. What you want my number for? Because I thought you was cute. Okay, say no more. I mean, it was like that. Like, it's not the same. Like, it's not. She could just come up like, what that comedian say? It was like, yo, guys don't have no like. Oh, what the dude Patrick O'Neal or some shit? The dude who died from diabetes, fat comedian. And he's like, man, girls don't gotta have no game. Like they ain't gotta even be cute about the way that they ask for what they want. They could be walking down the street and just be like, they could just grab their pussy and be like, ah, and niggas would be like, yo, Monsters is giving out pussy, like, like you know what I'm saying? Like, or you'll see a bitch that's all got garbage on her. You'd be like, oh, she looks so cute with garbage on her. But like that just lets you know, like the mentality, like, okay, so we're looking, okay, yo, we're looking at something different when we're looking at women. Like we're looking at their physical, like just we can say, I mean, we can talk about the spiritual. This is all spiritual.
Yeah.
When we look at the face, the body, and all that in the future, sped up, and we thinking like, okay, how much time do I got with this one? And it's like you do all that math like this, and it'd be like, okay, I can see it working. You see all the possible routes y'all could go.
We can say 3 seconds. We'll say 3 seconds.
Yeah. You do all that. You do all that math like boom, like that.
Look, that I'm gonna say this right quick. It's like that's what makes you a genius. The fact that you can actually calculate all of this just like that. That's what makes you a genius. But people,
Yeah, it's that when you don't follow it, when you don't go with that, and you really think like you like, it's just not thoughts. It's like it works fast, so you won't catch it. You think it's normal, like you just think like, yo, that's power. Like, yo, you just broke down the situation. Because like if I would have made the moves that I made like quickly back in the day in relationships, then it wouldn't have been like it would have went smoother. It would have went faster. It would have went faster. That's all.
Right,
it's all about timing. Like it's all about timing in a sense, right? Even though like time is whatever, but like when we say the right time, like you know what you mean, like everything in time, like time heal all wounds type of shit. It's like, yo, like I feel like, yo, it's so yeah. At the end of the day, I think that men are the hunters, man. At the end of the day, I think it's not like the lion female and the male. I mean, it kind of is, but and then at the same time is because when you're looking at it from that perspective, I can see how you could be like the women are the hunters type of shit.
I wouldn't even. All right, put it like this: even if you do want to look at it from the animal kingdom, even if you do want to look at it, if you want to go there with it, we can go there. Because even still, even the lionesses, they still give permission to the male lions.
They get permission for what? To do what?
For sex.
Oh, they give the male.
They get permission still. So once you still gotta, so women, so females being the hunters, that's still that's even relevant there.
But the lion is still the master hunter because look, guess what happens when the other male lion comes and challenges the other male lion? The female lion don't come and just fuck that lion up. They get a fair one-on-one. So he could take over the whole pride. Who's the hunter? Like, who's the master hunter here? Like, and he's controlling the women. He get to sit back and they doing the, you know what I'm saying? They going to work.
Right.
But I mean, like, I don't know. Like, so that's an ultimate type of, yeah, man. And then we have men that do that too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, definitely do.
It just depends on who you ask, man. Like, and this definitely can always come down to those isolated situations where the girl is way more, if you don't want to use the word masculine, just way more of the hunter than the guy was. Like, and that's those relationships where, yeah.
I wouldn't even say that being a hunter is masculine though.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say that. I wouldn't. I see. I don't see it as
you wouldn't see it as masculine. Guys are better at it.
No, because I would not. Because all right, cool, you got more power and everything. Males have more power.
Yeah.
But females are more agile.
Okay.
No, just on a physical structural level of being just lighter. They're more agile. They may not. They more agile, more and faster. Just because they're on that lighter spectrum. That's why.
Well, to add to your argument though, even to add to your argument, like I read the 33 Strategies of War, and what you'll see is like women were behind all the wars, and they were the master manipulators behind the situation because 9 times out of 10 it was like over a woman. Like, what's his name? Even like, the people know what's his name, Napoleon. The way he got taken down was through a woman.
Yeah.
Caesar, motherfucking he got manipulated hella bad by Cleopatra. Fucking it's like, yo, it's a lot of situations like where and then it's like just marrying the woman of a different kingdom is like a strategy. You know what I'm saying? It's like I could definitely see like women are like the ultimate. It's like they're the queen on the board, on the chessboard, but
they got moves.
They got moves, like long moves, like they can move to the other side of the mat and chill over there.
Just
like, you know what I mean?
Like
chill with the king on the other side, like try to manipulate that nigga. Like, yeah, that's
real.
and but you know, I guess you know if you're looking at it like that, I could definitely see that. But again, like, yeah, man, I don't know. Like, it's crazy to think because it's like it's like you said, it's the strength thing. Like, but then it's the uh I don't know, man. Like that mental, that thing that we're discarded against. The only thing we're like really weak against is the woman's energy, like that. Like the opposite of our shit. Of course, we're the most vulnerable with them. So it's like, but does that mean that they're the ultimate warrior because they're more vulnerable?
No. I'm not saying warrior. I'm not saying warrior at all. I'm just saying the hunter. It's like, okay, put it like this. Well, hold on.
She would be more of a magician.
It's like what is it? It's
than the hunter. She'd be the magician.
Venus flytrap. Because you know, with the sense that a Venus flytrap lets off, right there's how it attracts its prey. So is the Venus flytrap a hunter? That's not to say that they're. That's not to say that they're.
Again, that's an isolated situation. That's one animal. We could pick out all the animals where this applies and negate all the other ones where it don't. We could do that.
Okay.
But
all right.
But it's like, okay, I could. It's like, what's happening on the greater scale? Like, men don't like to be dominated. Women, we dominate women.
Right. No, look, ain't nobody's. Look. Okay. Let's look at it like this. Let's look at it like this. A woman could still be the hunter, right? So she's hunting, but she just doesn't hunt like a man hunts. So she's hunting, but then. It's like cool. So she grabs her prey, correct?
Yeah.
And then she wants to be dominated, though.
Yeah, she can hunt. She's just not.
So that's not to say that it's not to say that she wants to be in that masculine role. Only thing that's being said is that women are hunters. It's not just men that are hunters.
No. I would say that. Yeah, like
women be hunting down. What is a gold digger? A gold digger is a hunter.
Yeah. No, I could see it from that perspective, but it's just like they're hunting for different reasons. Like it's just the reasoning is different. Like they're hunting for men. We're hunting to hunt. Like we're hunting because that's what we like to do. Like they're doing it for survival only. We do it for survival and for women. We do it for multiple reasons. They're not hunting to eat the food. No, they're gonna get you to do it. They'll get you to get the food, kill the antelope. That's the human women. Like they're gonna get you to kill the food.
But she knew that you had something about you that you would go out there and you would hunt down that other animal though. So she hunted you down because she knew that you was gonna go.
She needed that power. She needed that ultimate hunter power.
So all right, so women are hunters.
Yeah, definitely.
They be hunting. They hunt the shit out of men.
So then under that logic, then they're hunters and prey. We're hunters and prey.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at that.
I'm not.
I ain't mad at that. But I do.
It's just.
But I do think one is more heavy-handedly in the hunter position role, like off of what I say. Like I just do think that. I just think we like to hunt. I think we hunt for sport. I don't think they do that. Look, I think they hunt to catch. Like we'll hunt and let it go. We'll hunt the woman and let it go. They don't want to be let go. They hunting for different reasons. They hunting for the small for that. We hunting for all the world. We trying to take over all the world, like everything. This is mine. It's like different reasons. We trying to populate planets. They not. Man, if it was, they just trying to ride with us. Like they know they gonna ride with us because we defenses like.
It depends on isolated situations because you got women out here. You got women out here that know that hey, we supposed to be populating this planet. You got men out here like yo, man, they know women out here like hey, we supposed to be populating this planet. So
do they know this? If we left it to women, you think they'd be out there doing all that? I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
I would say yes.
I mean,
Because first,
again, then
I'm gonna say yes because
a great man once asked. A great man once asked, name me 3 great female scientists.
Wow. Look, hey, hey,
Nah, go ahead, take all the time you need.
hey, I don't know their names, but
Exactly. But
I do know that they
that's a
exist.
problem. That's a problem.
Just because I don't know, I didn't. First off, it's not in fact that I don't care to know their names. It's I didn't care to know their names. It's just like, but I don't care to know
There's just not a lot. There's just not a lot
yo,
that you know.
a lot of these sciences that they try to make us learn about in school and stuff, and I've learned that those motherfuckers was bullshit, and I straight call them out bullshit. Nigga, what was his name? Isaac Newton. Isaac Newton is a fucking fraud. Y'all see this on YouTube right here from me. K saying this. Isaac Newton is a fucking fraud. Period.
What Isaac Newton ain't find out? That's electricity, right?
No, Isaac Newton ain't finding electricity.
No,
Isaac
like
Newton
who
was a motherfucker with the apple that fell. And he went into a room for 3 months and created calculus. Bitch, you was a motherfucking lie. Bitch, no, get the fuck out of my face. And then how's it? Mathematics is mathematics. Period. Right? But you went into a room for 3 months and you created calculus, nigga. From my understanding, you can't create nor destroy energy. So how the fuck did you just now create this new math and the fucking universe been moving since you was even thought of? Nigga, that shit don't add up to me. Something wrong right there. So
hey man,
Isaac Newton's a motherfucking fraud.
Back in the day, they was winging it.
Yeah, exactly. But people was going for that shit. This is why calculus don't make sense outside of calculus. Ask people they'll tell you, outside of calculus don't make sense.
Hey, see, like no one really uses it for nothing. Is you saying?
No. Like people be saying outside of calculus, it don't make sense. You can only use calculus within the realm of calculus.
I understand that. I get that. Like I didn't know that though. Like I didn't know. Like I thought they, used it for some type of like engineering or what. Like no.
Okay. You know what?
What?
I'm gonna get back to you on that one right there, just because I want to be absolutely positive with my answer. But
no, I mean, look. Hold up. We'll look at it right now. Well, what is calculus used for? It is used to create mathematical models in order to arrive into an optimal solution. For example, in physics, calculus is used in a lot of its concepts. Among the physical concepts that use concepts of calculus include motion, electricity, heat, light, harmonics, acoustics, astronomy, and dynamics.
Nigga, all that shit was around before calculus.
Okay, well, the fundamental idea of calculus is to study change by studying instantaneous change, by which we mean changes over tiny intervals of time. And what good is that? It turns out that such changes tend to be a lot simpler than changes over finite intervals of time. This means they are lots easier to model, whatever that means. What is calculus in simpler terms? Calculus is a branch of mathematics that helps us understand changes between values that are related by a function. Many of these formulas are functions of time, and one way to think of calculus is to see it as a study of functions of time. There are different types of calculus. Hold on 1 second.
All right.
Hey, yo, you too loud. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Stop. You too loud, yo.
Damn.
Hey, yo. All right. So yeah, I guess it's used for some things.
But all right, but see, my point about that was, it's like cool. All right, so it says something about time in there, nigga. Time is not what you trying to say time is. Time is something completely different. So it's just like, so cool. That right there automatically throws that part right there out the window. You trying to calculate change? Okay, You're using calculus to calculate change. So, all right, see now it's starting.
So okay.
Thinking right now.
What it is, isn't it? What a nigga needs is an example. Like,
Yeah.
Let's see what they talk about.
It's like,
all right, how is it used in everyday life?
I put one foot in front of the other foot. I put one foot in front of the other foot. I'm walking now. What's the distance between what's the distance in my stride?
So what I like to do is look at what the science has made. What has come from the knowledge of the science. Because the science can still be incorrect, but you can still create a lot of things. Which is always good. I mean, not always good, but at least it's like, for example, so what it's saying is calculus is the language of engineers, scientists, and economists, which is like all the same thing, scientists. The work of these professionals has a huge impact on from your microwaves, cell phones. No, wait. Okay, microphone, cell phones, TV, car to medicine, economy, national defense. Sir Isaac Newton. You were just talking about this dude. British scientist invented the new field of mathematics, calculus, Latin word, which means stone. Counting for the counting.
Okay. All right, now
Okay, so it was for the counting of infinitely smaller numbers. Mathematicians began using the same term, and the name stuck.
Okay, let me ask you this question.
Even though they're saying, all right, well, hold on. Let me just read. Basic ideas of calculus were known to our Indian mathematicians. Newton and Leibniz initiated a new era of mathematics. There are a large number of applications of calculus in our daily life. Blah 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 blah. All right, what were you saying?
All right, so it's like this. Engineers use this, correct? So if engineers are using this calculus, right? Engineers are using this calculus. Why is it that they still cannot build a structure that's a structure greater than the pyramids if they're using this calculus? And this calculus is supposed to be that mathematics.
You said why can't they?
Like why can't they do things that were done in ancient times using this calculus? Like there was already mathematics. There was already a supreme mathematics that was here.
What music is that? You?
No, that's not me. No.
That ain't my music. Is it?
Yeah, that's all you right there.
Oh, you can hear that?
Yeah.
No, that was some shit playing in my bad.
Nah, that's all good. But it's like, so there was already a supreme mathematics that was here, that was universal mathematics. It was already here. And then, what is it? When was he around? What, 14th century? 13? Some shit like that. 12, 11? I don't even know. I really don't even care. Isaac Newton, I really don't even care when he was around. That shit don't matter to me. Because I already say, yo, he's a liar, period. I don't trust him. Anything you say, I don't trust you. But anyway, so it's like, they had that mathematics then, and that shit still has not been able to be duplicated using calculus. So it's like something is off somewhere.
Let's do this then. You just gave me an idea. All right, so here we go. Let me see what they're saying. Come on, Google God, what's good? Okay, something's wrong with calculus instruction, and the problem may be with the calculus curriculum itself. Admittedly, there are ideas in calculus that will never be so I'm looking at like, I don't know about this though. I'm trying to find an opposing argument.
We definitely did get all the way off the topic, but hey.
Hey, that's good though. That's good. I mean, just cut. That's what splicing and cutting is for.
yeah. Look, hey, I'm just late. Hey, we live right now. We live.
Or should it be presented at the tip of the analysis? So, I mean, I think, this might deserve the, like, because I never looked at it like, I never did my research on that, like as far as the difference or the argument against, you know.
Right.
That's
right.
that's a good thought. Like because I did hear something, but I don't know if it was calculus and I don't know if it was something else, but I did, you know, like they're figuring out this math and you see how they figure it out, right? Like they're writing and then it's like breaking it down and it's like it gets to a point where they can't go any further until someone comes along and furthers it type of shit, or they find out that the person was wrong and then they have to erase this part and add this part, like shit like that. And that makes me think about the string theory though a lot. Like when I think about that, the string theory, yeah, you know like the
I know a
inventions
little
that
bit
came out with that science.
yeah, I know a little bit about string theory.
A lot of shit came out because of that. And then how the string theory is kind of like the describing of the matrix.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. That we live in a computer program. You
Right.
know, it was a black dude who discovered this shit, right? No, like they interviewed him
I did not know this.
on
Like
white
I'm
syndicate on white syndicated programming. He was the scientist, like the lead scientist. George Washington is his name, and he was like they had him sit on the panel. Like, what did you find? Like, what is this? Like, how the fuck the white people was going against him? So you could see like they was kind of mad they didn't do it, or they were trying to discredit him.
fuck
Like,
no.
man, how you know it's this is what it is? But he found the computer program. Basically, he found the matrix. Basically, how this is a computer program. How he used it. It's like it looks like the internet, like something like it was weird, man. I don't know what's new about it up to this day, but I know the string theory has created a lot of technologies, though.
Look,
And I don't know if you know, but like so that's like the thing that they're dealing with the scientists of our time is the string theory. Like that's their main. If you're not talking about the string theory, then you're not talking about nothing in the science world. Like because they're sitting here making
man.
plastic that can't melt with the string theory. Like you know what I'm saying? Or under a torch, plastic that can stretch and don't melt. Like or like they making wild shit. And like so they're saying like and what they learned a lot. I don't know where I guess with the advancement of whatever they're doing, they realize like, okay, two things are gonna happen, the world's gonna end, we're gonna destroy each other, or we're not. That's the only two things that's gonna happen.
But look, I'm gonna give it to you like this. Like, all right, even still, people think that people up here, they just to jump in where you was talking about with the world ending in string theory and everything. First off, nigga, the world's not gonna end how people think that the world is gonna end. How everybody keeps on being told, or people, the images of the world, how the world is gonna end. That's not how the world is gonna end. Period. It just a certain the world is gonna end how the world was being portrayed and projected. That shit's going to come to an end. The world that was created for you is going to come to an end, and everybody, and you're going to go back into the natural state of the world. Now, the difference is like everybody thinks that when I say things like this, people start to jump in their feelings and everything, say, "Oh, so we're gonna start to live like cavemen." And that, bitch, you was never living like a fucking caveman. Who told you that you was living like a caveman? Who told you was living in a fucking cave? Who told you
School,
that? Who told you that you was doing? Who told you was living like that?
school,
You, huh?
school.
Right. It's
Bristol,
just
Bristol High.
exactly. So it's just like, yo, nigga, you're not. That's not, yo. For you to start to live back in nature again, that means that you need to get rid of a mindset. That doesn't mean that you're going to get rid of your phones. That doesn't mean because guess what? Everything that comes into nature, guess what? It's all in nature. That shit, that's net. Your phone is powered by crystals. Your phone is made with metal.
And it was dirt, literal dirt.
So
Like
it's like I'm trying to explain
rocks.
to people like, yo, you think that you want to get rid of your PlayStation? No, you're not getting rid of. Yo, you're not get what you're going to cleanse yourself
It was
of
already
the psychology. You're going to cleanse. You're going to be cleansed of the mindset. That's what you're getting rid of. If you want to heal yourself, you got to fix your mind. You fix your, but then it's like Nick. When you actually start to do things in nature and that you're supposed to be doing things, you're not gonna want a fucking phone anyway. You're not gonna want a PlayStation. You're not gonna want to play Xbox. you're not gonna want to be in a house all like that. You're gonna actually want to be out moving around in this world. Period.
Hey, dog, I'm gonna get the chip though.
You don't get what shit.
I'm gonna get the chip, the one that you put in your brain. Yeah, man, let that come out in my time. I'll tell you what's up with it. And then we can go live. I'm gonna be a whole Android. Hey, I'm gonna still be me though. You gonna know it's me though. I'm gonna verify, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta worry, you ain't gotta look at me like an agent. Cause I'm gonna share the information, you know what I mean? I'm gonna just have Google in my head, that's all. I ain't gonna have to look up on the keyboard, like, you know what I'm saying? So that ass.
I'm gonna say it like this though. What if you was already capable of that though? Then what
Oh no,
would
that
the point of the shit?
it would take too long, is what my determination is.
But
So let's say it comes out first.
I'm gonna tell you this. Let me say this right. Let me say this.
Before I do it, it comes out first.
Let me say this.
It took too long.
What stops you from actually processing that quick is you thinking.
Limitations put on me by the environment. You know where I'm going.
What about what about when when a 5G goes through a rolling blackout and you got to hit that buffering?
Nah, see, like if that was the case, that wouldn't be a revolutionary technology. Like I don't think, I personally, I have no idea. I don't think that would be the determining factor of whether your chip works. I don't think it would rely on certain things where anything unhealthy, that would be the reason why I got it, right? But I would get it because, for one, like I said, like if it came out in a time where I didn't do that already, because I look at it like this: if I made it, I'm gonna use it. If I made it.
So you think people gonna be out here with the Tony Stark chest?
I mean, of course. So what do you think? Because like at the end of the day, oh yeah, the movies is to make you think, but dog, you know what's going on. Like look at the tech.
I mean,
it's about AI.
I mean, me personally, it's like honestly,
it's about blending. You the army. Look at the army. Yo, they all robots, bro. Mechanical niggas. They flying drones. They got robot legs and robot arms. I want some of that too. I want some robot legs and arms and shit. I mean, cause look, I'm gonna be old. My dad told me this, right? This is why I get the chip, because what my dad told me when I was young, because I really felt his passion when he told me this. He was like, yo, son, like this is how I knew it wasn't about religion too. I swear to God, there's so many points of where my dad had a breakthrough, but he didn't know what he was doing for me. Like, he would say shit that I don't even know he knew how real it was, like what it would mean. Like he knew, but he didn't know. Like it was like I guess he knew, but he would be like, but it's like contradicts himself sometimes. But he'll be like, he told me one day, like, yo, look me dead in my eyes. Like he was charging me with something. Like your dad like wants you to do this because this is something that he always wanted to do.
Right.
My dad was like, yo, because I think I even asked him, like, yo, Dad, what do you want me to be? Like, he's like, I want you to be a scientist. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what he told me, right? He's like, I want you to be a scientist. I was like, I didn't expect that answer. I thought he was gonna say, I was curious. I was like, I thought he was gonna say like a preacher or some wild shit. And he was like a scientist. And he was like, yeah. He was like, yo, he's like, because if you I'm trying to find the fountain of youth, is what he said, right? And I'm trying to live forever, like not have to die, like, or reverse the age or have a new body and live forever. So that's what I think about when I think about the chip. I'm like, hey, yo, that's what he was talking about. Like he knew even in his time growing up, and he like almost 80, you know, he grew up in the time where niggas was just got the shackles off. I don't know what that was damn times. Yeah. That was the times when niggas' grandmoms were slaves and shit. Not even funny, not no joke. Like,
Yo, it's wild that people don't even know that slavery was just right there. That's wild. That's the wild part that people think that slavery was so long ago. That shit was yesterday.
You're like what? A little bit over 100 years.
Yesterday. And we in the nanosecond. That shit
Oh,
was yesterday.
Hey, yo, that shit was so cool. Yo, that shit was. I remember it was so. And just to be like, yo, remember watching the movies, bro? Like the slave movies. You ever seen one of them growing up, bro? That shit was wild back in the day to me. I'm like, why was it? I don't even know if I would have showed my son. I wouldn't even show my son that shit. For real. You gonna have to learn about that in the book, man. I wouldn't even like harp on that. It ain't starting from there. Hey, yo, I made a point not to start from there.
It's
We're
like
not starting from slavery.
and then it was in all the '90s movies, all the black '90s movies. Do the Right Thing. What else? Boys in the Hood. Menace to Society. Higher Learning, and all those movies. I would not show my kids those movies.
Hell nah. Hell nah.
They got too much. They got too much toxicity in them. It's like, and it's not even so much as about.
But what's sad is that there's not a lot of like freaking something to compete with that. Like, because it'll be like not good production value type shit. You'll get like a Black Panther once every 30 years type shit.
I'm gonna keep it at a buck with you. Now, people.
Hey, no Black Panther slander, man. No Black
people
Panther.
get upset. People get upset with me saying this part right here.
No Black Panther slander on this show.
People get upset with me saying this part, but it's the truth. I'm about to tell you the truth now. I'm about to tell you the truth. Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
The movie, it was the graphics and all of that. It was dope. It was dope. Mm-hmm. But it was detrimental for the black community. For black people, it was detrimental. It was not. It did more harm than it did good. You got everybody. You got all these black folks out here. All these black folks out here.
You think it did more harm than good?
Because you got people instead of actually believing in Africa, you believing in a fake fictitious country that does not exist.
But all right.
In a fake fictitious country that does not exist. That means listen though. Wait, listen. You gotta go to the subconscious now. It's like this place will never exist. This place does not exist here. So you're believing in this fairy tale. So that means that as long as you believe in this fairy tale, you're putting so much hopes and wishes that we can get to this right here, but you still know that this shit is just a movie. You know that this shit's not real. That's not to say the real shit. That's not to say the real things that we do though. We're not talking about the real things we do. It's just okay. Did it unite black people more? Did that movie unite black people more? And then even why did it take a white dude to come along and make it and say, hey, this right here, this is where you come from. Are you seeing my
wait, who did that?
Stan Lee.
Huh?
Stan Lee created that.
Who? Stan Lee. Oh.
Mark.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So it's like once again, you're still being put on somebody else's somebody else is still giving
you took it to the second level. You took it to the second level of deepness. I was on the first level. So if you go to the second level of deepness where it's a white man who created this story, right? All right. Then you would have to say also.
They tell you God is white in the books. They tell you God is white. Okay, so God created this African country. That shit did more harm than it did good. It's a dope ass movie. I'm not lying. I'm not taking it away. I like watching it, but I see past it too.
What I'm saying is, it's better than the Bible.
Oh, definitely.
Hey, yo, that movie was better than the Bible, but nah. In all seriousness, though, I feel you. But I say that to say it's better than the slave movies we grew up watching.
Oh yes.
So if I had to, so for me, my perspective was my son, right? Because I was with my son at this time, and I was like, damn, man, I wish I had. This is something he gonna have in his time that looks fire though, because we ain't had no black movies that look graphically crazy. I wanted to be the nigga who made that, but Black Panther was that, and I'm like, yo, he's not, because he never. I mean,
So
wasn't even show my.
technically, you could still make that.
No. The field is wide open, and like everywhere when it comes to like entertainment, and it's weird, like, because black people, like, I be feeling like I feel like we be dominating everything we do, right? So it'd be like, and I do see the field is wide open for like stories from a black perspective, right? Like, just you can see the music, like why the music shift. It's like, nah, it didn't just shift because, yo, to me it shift because niggas was tired of hearing the same shit. Say what you want. Like, there's niggas who be like dog, like you're either back in the day, if you wasn't a gangster, you wasn't getting on. Like, if you wasn't talking about selling drugs, a lot of niggas, if you didn't even sound like you was doing that, if you was gonna talk some conscious shit in your raps, it better sound like murder and shit like that. Because now today, it's like, okay, now you got another group of niggas that got a voice. It's like, I just think it'll get passed around. Like, I just feel like that. Like, it'll literally, like, because you have like a whole like paradigm shift, like where it's just a group of people that's getting, like, I think now is better, like, because now everybody, nothing bad could come from this. Like, this wasn't the worst thing that happened to hip hop and all that. I'm rambling right now. I don't even know why. It was a point. Like, I had a point, but because now we're going back to what you were saying though about like the fucking Black Panther though, bro. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's all. That's what I was thinking about it. Like, I was like, damn, I want him to see something like, because he not knowing who made it. But at the end of the day, you got it from us. Did you make it? What did you make? You can't make a story like that unless you put us in it. Like, you can redo every rendition to every movie. Like,
okay, cool. Look, all right, man. Here go the point. It's like this. Before it was called the Bible, it was called something else. The Bible, the Bible as it is right now, it was remixed. Also, it's like all the things that was already here, they just been remaking, remaking, and trying to do something new with it. So, it got to stop at some point. Like, yo, no, hold up, wait a minute. This shit we already had this here. This was already in place. Hence, that's why, like I said, the God from the Bible is portrayed, set out. They throw that image. Hey, this is a white man. God is a white dude. Even in the 16th chapel, there's two white dudes touching fingers, and so it's just like, like the images are constantly in it. So it's just like, this right here is why it's so detrimental, because now it's like you got this black civilization. Yo, they're thriving. They're doing fucking phenomenal. They even say, hey, yo, y'all come from the stars. But then it's like, we still know that this is Marvel. We still know that this is fictional. This is fictional. Whatever. I can't get it out right now. Whatever. But we know it's not. We know it's not our reality. And who made that? Still, a white dude made it.
He leached it. It's not the same.
Yeah, right. Got you. You know what? You're absolutely correct. My fault. My bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. That was my fault right there.
That's all I'm saying. Is it there?
Stole that. He stole that, and then repackaged it and said, "Hey, yo, here y'all go right here." And then even still, it ain't getting no type of it did the most sales period over any of them.
So, of course.
But it still got the least promotion. It had the least money spent.
It's a superhero movie with niggas. Dog, they just need to do the Bible like that. They need to put the whole Bible on the screen, right?
I'm
And have it.
Get the Bible back. Get the Bible back to the original Bible. How about that one? I'll say that one right there. Because this Bible that's out here now, I don't know. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck the Bible that's out here right now. Fuck that Bible. That Bible is bullshit. Get the original Bible back out here. Get the true Bible out here. And it's not. And it's get the Sun Book. Get the Sun Book back out here. How about we do that
one? Nah, man. You know, everybody's God is right. Everybody's God is right, and wrong in the motherfucker, and they're wrong in the motherfucker, right? Because if anyone's God was right, we'd all be good, like, or they be good. So I don't see nobody's God is like right, really. We all wrong and right. Hey yo, there's no wrong or right. But nah, it's just like it's ego at the end of the day, right? That's the ego, like definitely. The religion thing, like whose God is like, you know what I mean? My God is right, but
yeah. Exactly. It should only thing at the end of the day, only thing it should be coming down to is, are you righteous? Are you living a righteous life? If you're not living a righteous life, what are we talking about? We shouldn't. Me personally, I'm living as righteous as possible. I'm living a righteous life. So me and you, we ain't got shit to talk about because you're not living like me. You ain't got to be living like me to be living like me. It's just, are you being righteous? That's it. Like, if you being righteous, hey yo, come on over here. We can move. We can make moves together. We can make this thing shake.
Right, yeah,
but if you're not, then it's hey, all due respect, you gotta stay over there. There's no hate. I got more love for you than you even can imagine. But we're not on the same. We're not on the same thing. We're not on the same vibe. We're not on the same frequency. You just only thing you're gonna do. You're gonna come over here. You're gonna throw me off. You're gonna throw whatever we got going on over here off. And we're not going for that. So you got to stay over there. You know, go ahead, go get out in nature, go ground, get that shit up off you, and then check back later on. But for right now, you got to stay over there. That's it.
Yeah, there's like. What you talking about, demons?
No. Just people, period. Like,
demons. I like that word.
That's what you want to say. Like, that's what you want to say.
No, because demons call in all shapes, sizes, and forms and fashions. Like that. Demons is a thought. It's like it's a little simple. It's demons. It's a descriptive word to describe a fucking situation.
I'm just all right. Just how I brought up who was it? The clown dude. He's a clown. I'm gonna say he's a clown. Poppy Don, whatever. Poppy Don, boom, right there. Just like how he was saying. He was like, yeah, if all you wanna do is talk to her, step to the side and let a rich demon come and get her. Take her on a trip and give her back shots on the balcony. Like, what? Nigga, who said? First off, that's the weirdest. Yo, we're in a world right now. We're in a world today where people would actually self-proclaim themselves to be demons, and then that right there makes them attractive. But everybody's supposed to be Christian. Everybody's supposed to be Catholic. But you are running to mess with demons, and this right here is male and or female. It don't make sense to me.
I don't be fucking with the demons. Like I'll be seeing them though. Like I'll be seeing people's negativity. I'll be like, chill. Like don't be trying to project your demons on me. Like they be trying to possess me with their demons. It's the whole bro.
Yeah, for real.
It'd be funny to me when people be like, yo, you know, I got a dream catcher. I don't know what the fuck that shit for. You know why? Because spiritually, yeah, I know what's up. Like, I mean, my mom. I had a superstitious family. You know what I'm saying? Niggas, you couldn't sweep your broom on the foot. Like I don't believe like that shit. But I always felt like, yo, if my own natural energy can't outweigh that shit, like if you could, I always felt it's a test. Like people be joking. I had an African chick, right? She was like, yeah, my so-and-so, she do voodoo and she can hypnotize you. I want to see that. Like, you know what I'm saying? ASAP. I want to challenge the thing. Like, oh, she can, what she do? She shrink heads out here? Let's go. Hey, yo, spiritually though, that's where I'm at. I'm like, okay, hold up. Like, what can you do?
Oh shoot.
It's a war, like, but it's like, yo, if you whose weapons is stronger? Like, are you blessed for real? Like, because certain things that happen in the spiritual world, you should be protected. Like, where your angels at type of shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Have you been protecting yourself? Like, that's the thing, right? Like, yeah, do you even know how to combat a situation? Like, and yeah, man, I'm not scared of none of that type of shit. Like, I'll be like, yo, like that's the type of like that's all mental though. That's all soulful. That's all spiritual. It's the same thing. Like I was saying, mental and emotions is like saying spirit and soul to me. Like that's my perspective.
So you're saying that
Is
they're
that
basically interchangeable?
you when we're they're different levels of the same thing. Microcosm, macrocosm.
Okay, okay, got you.
Like, your heart, we're talking about the heart and the soul. And then, people have their own income, but I'm just saying that's how simple, like, it's the soul. And it's like that. Yo, man. So now, like, if you mastering your soul, like I read in this unholy holy book, right? um, that you know, the one who masters his soul, you know what I'm saying, is like taking the kingdom, like masters his spirit. It was specifically the one who masters his spirit. It would be the equivalent to like taking a city or a kingdom or whatever it said, right? So your body's your church and all that. You know what I mean? Because the spirit is there. You know what I mean? That the good, the higher self. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then with that, once you can master that, that can master the rest of the soul part, the part that's you apart from that thing that's yours but not yours, didn't come from you type of shit. That energy that's yours that didn't come from you. You know what I'm saying? That energy that was here already before. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. I got you.
That you come from. So like that energy and then your energy, which is also needed, you know what I mean, to make you the better God that you were supposed to be. Like, you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Because that was always the goal. Even in the same unholy holy book, that's what they say. Like, those who come after me are here to do greater things than I did. You know what I'm saying? Like that nigga had bars low key. Like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas don't want to say nothing. I mean, but I'll never really shoot shots at Jesus. Only the fact that he's not maybe even like I don't care about the person that the stories around it. I look at the words, the bars, the bars, the bars. I could use them to like manipulate things, and I
Right.
learned that early. Like I was like, oh, I'm up here in my head. I'm reading. God is every time they asked him a question, he was answering their question with a question. I was like, what the fuck is that? I learned in philosophy that's called backwards thinking. That's so when you answer someone's question with a question, it makes them think backwards, literally though, and it won't even make sense to the average person. But you have to think backwards in order for my question to answer your question. So my question made you have a deeper understanding of the thing that you're trying to have a deeper understanding of, but was just asking the wrong question.
It makes sense now. That's why people don't like you to answer a question with a question.
They don't like it, but that's hard.
It makes
Like
sense.
that's more mental
It
work, but
makes
it's
sense.
work though. People don't want to do the work though. The mental work, that is the spiritual work. You know what I'm saying? That is the
Look,
spiritual work. Like,
I ain't got look me personally. Look, I ain't got no issues with it. I've been like I went,
with what? With what?
with questions with questions, like just
Oh yeah.
question. But it's like people don't like that though, and it's just like, yo, for us to actually get somewhere, we're gonna answer a whole lot of questions. But people don't like to. People like to say, all right, I'm gonna ask you this question. You answer my question. I'm gonna answer you, and then you ask me a question, and we go back and forth. Like, nah, hold up. You wanna know something. You wanna know something, right? But you want to get to that understanding. How you want to get to that understanding? It's like we need to, just like you said, backwards thinking. We need to go back. How did you even formulate this thought? Was this a thought that you even formulated? Where did you get the thought process for this idea? Did this come from you? Did it come from an outside entity? Did it come Where did it come from? Because people get into that depressive state, and it's just like, damn, is it really you being depressed, or uh or do you have something else going on? Let's say are you in an area where the internet is real heavy, or are you always playing a video game? Is that right there? Could that right there be causing your depression? Nine times video games do cause depression. If y'all didn't know, video games cause depression. Boom, cat's out the bag. Get off your PlayStation. So it's like
Yo, do
definitely.
I like depression though. Like depression is a good energy, bro. Like it's people be shitting on depression. Depression sounds bad, but it's not bad. If any too much of anything is bad, but like there's people like me that are naturally depressive. I like to say anyway. Like I mean, let's you know what I mean. What would you say to me? Like because I feel like I'm naturally depressive person. Like I'm always the it could be worse. Not never. I'm never the
But wouldn't there kind of be optimistic? It could be
no,
worse. It could be worse. That's kind of
no,
optimistic.
because I'm think optimistic would be optimistic is they wouldn't say it could be worse. They would say they would have
Okay,
another
so hey, it's
phrase
still good. I'm still cool. It's like, eh, it'll be better tomorrow.
like optimism is like yeah like that, but it wouldn't be like I'm looking at the worst instead of the better. Like the
Right.
best, like the optimism, you look at the best case scenario. The pessimist will look at which I feel like the pessimist would be more of a depressive person than the optimist. The optimist is more optimistic. The pessimist is more pessimistic, but their attitudes about their worldviews are a little different because bent a little bit because of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they're coming to the same conclusion, the same middle ground, using a different style, a different art. One's using it's just a tool. Optimism is a tool. It's a spirit. That's how I look at it. Like optimism is a spirit. Like and pessimism is a spirit. You know what I'm saying? And you can fuck it too much of optimism is horrible. Too much pessimism is horrible. You know what I'm saying? It's health wise. Like you can't be unrealistically optimistic. You know what I mean? Because then you
Right.
become, you know what I mean? That wouldn't look right. But like that's what I mean. Like, but I know what you're saying. Like a depression, if a person's now depressed, like you can't do nothing because you depressed. Like
See, okay,
that's
just how
mind
you
over matter.
just how you said it though. You said naturally
Mhm. Yes.
versus it being induced. Naturally being depressed versus in a state of depression that's actually being induced upon you. Music promotes depression. This right here is my reason for stop listening to so much music
Music.
because yeah, music.
And you know what's crazy? Like I listen, I call it they're depressing to me. Like I listen to a bunch of instrumentals that are like depressing. Yo, what's up? You good?
I mean, my computer about the laptop about to
Uh,
die right now. So that's what I was saying. Like,
all
yeah, we gonna have
right.
to
Yo,
wrap
we've
this
been
up.
flowing for like dang till 6 to 6:30 to 8. No,
Yeah,
that's a bad
we've
time.
been going for like an hour and like I'm almost. We've been on here earlier with like an hour and a half almost. But yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead. Let's we're gonna jump back in. I like this live thing right here. We can do this live. We can come right back live again tomorrow.
Hey, yeah. Cause yeah, man, we can start adding people too and shit.
Definitely.
Oh yeah.
So hey, go ahead, give your close out.
Oh man. Close out, yo. All right, peace. You know what I mean? To everybody, you know what I mean? That's all. And yeah, I'm out, yo.
All
I'm out
right.
this outro.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna throw together. We're gonna throw together a dope outro too for y'all. One of these
And yo, you
days. One
gotta
of these.
spit some bars one time on here.
Oh, you
Spit
got that. I'm gonna leave that over to you. I'm gonna leave that up to you right there for them bars. But hey, y'all know
some,
who it is. It's me. It's K. I love y'all. Y'all have a beautiful night. Y'all have a beautiful day. Whenever you watch this, whatever it is, you make sure that you have it beautiful. Remember, beautiful is energy. So carry that beautiful, righteous energy with you throughout everything that you do. And I bet you, I guarantee you, everything is going to be okay. That's all I got to
yeah,
say.
man.
Hey, I'm
Peace,
out.
peace.
Peace. Yeah, all of that. Whew.